This is the rumor mill. Before we jump into the rumor mill, it needs to be said that we are not going to be talking about all possible rumors that are associated with anything nerdy, because that would be impossible. I don't have access to all of those rumors, and honestly, a lot of those rumors really hold no water. So we're only going to be talking about the big ones, the ones that won't go away, or the ones that I find interesting, fun thought experiments, or something somewhere in between. So otherwise, if you have a rumor that you want to share with me, find me on the social medias. Just look for Generally Nerdy. My Nerdy Ninja is the guy, and that is where you will find me. So all of that being said, these are the rumors for today. And now we enter the rumor mill section. This is the sign of the times, because as the year gets closer to an end, the rumor mill grows exponentially, which is why we only do rumors for the last month to 3 months. But all right, so we have a pretty full rumor mill. We actually have a number of rumors that are all going to be broken into different likelihoods, because I feel like a lot of this stuff is being reported where people are joining rumors together, like rumors together. So to start things off here, we're talking about MODOK. MODOK recently has been rumored to be a number of things. The first of which is being played by Jim Carrey. MODOK reportedly is going to be played by Jim Carrey, is also going to first appear in the She-Hulk series, and then after that will be appearing in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. So we have to break this one into 3 different likelihoods, because these are 3 different, pretty vastly different things. So first, MODOK being played by Jim Carrey. We do know Jim Carrey has signed a contract recently with Marvel. I mean, I guess that's technically rumor based on rumor, because we haven't been able to confirm that that is actually what happened, but there's so many people talking about it. I would be very surprised if that wasn't the case, but that does limit how high we can go with that rumor. So 40% likely that Jim Carrey is going to be playing MODOK. I feel like that's a very strange casting for him, but at this point in Carrey's career, strange is really all he gets. So I don't know. Our next percentage that we're giving this is for the appearance in the She-Hulk series. MODOK, not being a huge reader of either MODOK or She-Hulk, I can't say why this is a rumor, because they seem pretty disparate to me. Those 2 IPs in the Marvel Universe are very separate as far as I can remember from any of my comic book readings. So that seems super unlikely, especially considering, like, we have the MODOK animated series, so maybe people are slightly more familiar with that character these days, but still, She-Hulk just sounds off. We're gonna give that one a 25% likelihood. And then the last portion of this rumor, or the last rumor dealing with MODOK, I guess is more appropriate, is that he's going to be appearing. It does not say to what extent, so that kind of lends well for this rumor, but he's going to be appearing in the new Quantumania movie with Ant-Man and the Wasp. So because it does not say he's going to play any sort of specific role in the telling of the story in Quantumania, that, again, lends me to think, well, there is a possibility we could just get a cameo of MODOK. We could see MODOK in a post-credit stinger. Something along those lines. Really is kind of anything is possible with those things. So that definitely lends well to this rumor. So we're putting this one at 65% likelihood. Our next rumor is actually just a singular rumor, kind of. We will touch on the subject of this rumor again in this section, but Nova has a rumor very specifically about it, and that is that John Boyega is going to be playing Nova in the still rumored Nova movie. So because this is rumor based on rumor, we can only give this so high, though I am going to adjust that expectation ever so slightly because of a number of things. First of all, social climate in which we live. Second of all, Disney probably wants to make up to John Boyega for the way they treated him with the whole China issue with Star Wars. So we're going to bump this one, even though we shouldn't. We're going to bump this one up to 60% instead of 50% because you kind of have to take those extra things into consideration, and it does make it that much more likely to be true. So then we're moving into Marvel 2023. So 2023, according to an industry quote-unquote insider, is going to be a pretty big year for Marvel. Big because we have a number of huge movies going into production, again, according to this rumor. Those movies are Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Nova, Okoye, and Shang Chi 2. So, Thunderbolts, we're going to break these down individually to those IPs will each get their percentage of likelihood. Thunderbolts is rumor based on rumor. We don't know that a Thunderbolts movie is going to happen. There's a bunch of rumors that say it's going to happen, but we have no verification of that, so we can only go so high. Then we still have 23 is only a year and a half away, not even a year and a half away. So we have a full slate until then. So that seems a little early if we do get a Thunderbolts movie. All of that is very much working against this rumor. We're looking at probably about a 20% likelihood that Thunderbolts will go into production in 2023. The next movie being Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four we know is coming. It's kind of already been slated and moved and then taken off and put back and so on and so forth. So 2023, I think that's a reasonable time, though now we're getting into the quality of the source. The source is not the best source I've ever used, so about a 50% likelihood that we will be getting Fantastic Four going into production in 2023. Next is Nova. Nova for multiple reasons, rumor based on rumor and so on and so forth. We're looking at a 30% likelihood that Nova is going to be going into production. And then our final movie is Shang Chi 2. This one, they're probably in pre-production for Shang Chi 2 already. So yeah, that makes a bit more sense. We're going 70% likelihood that will be into production for 2023. Our next rumor is a follow-up rumor that has to do with the WB Multiversus video game. I don't think I actually dropped the potential name for the game last time we talked about this because I was just chomping at the bit to shoot down the NetherRealm angle of this. So if I remember correctly, we gave the likelihood that Warner Brothers is going to be creating a Smash Brothers-like game with their IPs. About a 70% likelihood, because that seems pretty freaking likely. Well, now we have this. For those that don't know, or they're listening and not watching, right now on the screen there is a screenshot, it would seem, from such a game. So that increases the probability of this ever so slightly because it was already pretty high. Though you must take note that this art style does not resemble anything NetherRealm has ever done, so this is not a NetherRealm game, so I was right with that part of it. Also, for those of you that can't see it, I mean, if you want to go look on the YouTube, then you'll see it, but in this screenshot, it appears to be a character select screen, and on that character select screen, we have the following characters: Steven Universe, Batman, Harley Quinn, Finn from Adventure Time, Jake from Adventure Time, Shaggy, Superman, Wonder Woman, Gandalf the Grey, and Rick Sanchez, Bugs Bunny, Tom and Jerry, and then some sort of original character on there as well. So kind of looks like the art style from the newest Space Jam movie a little bit. There's still a possibility it could be fake, but either way, that's where we're sitting. We're going to bump up from 70 to 75% likelihood that we will be seeing a WB Multiversus fighting style video game. Our next rumor is one that I find rather interesting, and I actually kind of hope that it actually comes true. That is Darth Maul there's a new rumor about Darth Maul, and he is going to be getting his own Disney Plus series again in this rumor, but this time it's a little bit different. What with all of the questionable things that happened with Ray Park about a year and a half, 2 years ago, on his social medias, whether or not they were on purpose or by accident or he got hacked or whatever, kind of irrelevant. It's not good for the optics. So, according to this rumor, because of that, they are changing the plan from doing a live-action Darth Maul series that potentially could have been a sequel to Solo. Now they're going to be doing an animated series that is going to be a prequel to Solo. So there is a comic book series currently happening that they could draw very heavily from. There is the deep lore dealing with this character. This is a great idea. This is not a great source, so we can't give it too high. Honestly, 50% is as high as I can justify, even though I want it to be much more likely. That's where we're sitting with Darth Maul, the animated series. Next, we have another revisited rumor. This time it is the Donkey Kong rumor. Remember, Mario is getting his own movie from Illumination Studios very soon, 2022. And then following that, we got plenty of rumors that dealt with other Nintendo characters getting their own movies. And the last rumor that we talked about here was that Donkey Kong was going to be getting his own movie, but it was not going to be starring Seth Rogen, and it was not going to be produced by Illumination Studios, the same studio that brought you Minions and so on and so forth. So this new rumor has kind of a similar vibe, but it does say that it will be an Illumination Studios movie, and Seth Rogen will also be the voice of the character, which that makes more sense to me. There is more reason to believe a rumor like this, especially when you consider the fact that they also cast Cranky Kong for the Mario movie, and I believe there are a couple of other Donkey Kong potential crossover characters in that cast as well. So you're not really starting a new thing from scratch. This is going on something that Nintendo's kind of already banking on. So if Mario does well, Donkey Kong will have to do well as well, because some of the most beloved IPs in the world between those two characters. So likelihood that this is a thing, I'm taking this one all the way up to 75%. There's very little wiggle room for this to not happen at this point. Our final set of rumors have to do with Moon Knight. So Moon Knight, the first rumor is that Ethan Hawke, whose character we do not know yet because they're keeping it under tight wrap, it's rumored that he is going to be playing Dracula for the show. And then we also have a rumor that Blade is going to be making some sort of appearance in the show as well. Well, if Dracula is in there, then it only stands to reason that Blade would be there. But I don't think these two rumors are necessarily connected. We do know that Blade is a character that does make appearances in the Moon Knight comics, so that definitely stands to reason. Mahershala Ali is going to be awesome as Blade, so that stands to reason. I think we're going to be putting the Blade side of this at about 60% likelihood, just because it's kind of a weak source. And then also the Ethan Hawke side of this, there's really nothing for or against that. We do know Ethan Hawke is going to be in it. We do know that they're keeping his role under tight seal, so about 50% likelihood that he's going to be playing Dracula. I feel like there are better choices to put as the main villain for the Moon Knight series. If they want to go with Dracula, I can see how that would work too, and that would honestly make other things work better. So again, no real reason for or against that one. That, though, is the end of the Rumor Mill, nerds, so thank you very much for sticking around for the Rumor Mill. And that was the Rumor Mill once again, nerds. If you want to see the full episode, because this does come from a much larger episode, then you can follow the link in the description. The top link should take you to the episode, unless you're not on YouTube, in which case go to youtube.com/generallynerdy and you can do the thing and see the stuff and all of that jazz. And thank you very much, nerds. There's also a website, generallynerdy.net. Patreon.com/generallynerdy is the paywall that you can get behind, all of the things. I'm gonna go now. Before we go, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.